What's up, everyone? Welcome to Variant Live. It's been quite a minute here, due to some personal stuff and whatnot. But before I get into today's episode, I have to mention the heinous events that happened today in Florida, Douglas High School to be exact. For those of you who don't know, I actually grew up in Florida. That's where most of like 24 years of my life, roughly, and actually went to Coral Springs High School. And Douglas High School is not very far from that, probably like 5 minutes. I had lots of friends who went to that school and whatnot. But obviously, we were going to do this earlier, but we decided to delay it a little bit because when we were going to do it, the situation was still going down. They didn't catch the shooter, all that stuff. But just basically want to come out here and give my thoughts and prayers, and tell you guys if there's any way you could help, with this current situation. Whether it's prayers, if you believe in that, if you don't, or if you know any of the families, or just anything you think you could do that would help the families that suffered this horrible, senseless act of violence. I'm sure that would be greatly appreciated by anyone. Again, it hits close to home for me because literally I lived minutes away from that high school. So I just want to come on, get that out of the mention that again. Prayers and thoughts go out to the families and everyone involved because that was horrible, and we just got to make the stop, man. It's feel like it's happening every other day now. Like for the last few years, it's just crazy. It's thoughtless, meaningless violence for no reason. I don't know. As a community, as human beings, just got to figure out a way to make all this go away. Just live in peaceful and all that. It's just crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that, get that out of the way, talk to you guys about it, say, get it off my chest. Prayers and thoughts go out to all the families, and I wish them the best, condolences, and all that stuff. But with that out of the way, just let's hopefully I could brighten your day a little bit. I know I started that off on a down note, but hopefully I could bring that back up a bit with comic books. Comic books makes people happy, right? That's why we all like it. It's a thing that we all talk about and use to escape the crap that is real life. So let me go into saying though that again, I think it's been like a week. I think we skipped last week. Yeah, we skipped last week. It was supposed to be this Monday, but basically what happened last week we skipped. My wife had the flu. Everyone's getting the flu. I had a head cold. Couldn't do it because of that. Then this week, other personal stuff came up, which didn't allow me to do it. But we're still having it. It's just a few days late. Better late than never, right? Better late than never. So uh, here I am. As you guys know, though, last time we had it, we started watching Attack on Titan. You guys voted. I put a poll up, and we voted on what's the next anime that we would watch. And you guys were like, "Hey, I want to watch Attack on Titan." So that's that's what I did. That's what you guys did. I had a few of you actually tweet to me. They're like, Since you skipped a week, are we gonna watch episodes 3 and 4, or should we just stick to 1 and 2?" And I was like, "Just stick to 1 and 2, to just avoid uh, all confusion and all that stuff." So that's what I did. So basically, again, 2 weeks ago, I said we're gonna start watching the first season of Attack on Titan. To watch first 2 episodes, and hopefully a lot of you guys did. I know I did. I watched it on Verb. That's how I'm watching it. As you guys know, uh, they have a we have an exclusive deal with them essentially, where you get 30-day free day ad free trial of the premium membership to watch almost any anime they have on there, which is like pretty much almost the majority of all the animes anyone wants to watch. Got Dragon Ball Super, they have Attack on Titan, they have My Hero Academia, they have like I don't know, it's like endless. It's all that stuff is on there. But that's how I'm watching it. If you guys want to sign up for that 30-day ad free trial, it's in the description of this video and several of our other videos. Trust me, I'm not just saying that because they sponsor the show and stuff like that. I actually really do, because I had Crunchyroll before, but they're with Crunchyroll. It's like all kind of interweaved, and I just upgraded to this because it has that plus like everything else, like Cinema, like just Curiosity Stream, movie, just like everything. So it's like the perfect place to have. Anyway, that's how I watch it. With that said, I did watch the first 2 episodes. I hope you guys watched the first 2 episodes, and they were freaking awesome. Now I knew going in, like I knew the premise of the show, but I didn't realize how like dark it was. Like it's actually a pretty dang dark show. Like it was crazy for me because like I went from My Hero Academia, which is a very fun, like funny, colorful, poppy, like lighthearted superhero anime, right? To Attack on Titan, which is crazy because it's complete opposite. It's funny. It has funny one-liners, and it's from what I've seen, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so with that. So the first 2 episodes I saw were funny and moments here and there, but overall, man, that show is dark. Like, again, there's gonna be a little bit of spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched Attack on Titan. I know I'm probably, uh, one of the few who hasn't watched Attack on Titan, but so into that. So basically what's happening is there's a society, or basically I guess these aliens or humanoid forms came to Earth, they took over, started eating people. They're right off the bat. It's like a gross concept, right? So they started eating people and all that stuff. So I guess civilizations built these walls, and there's layers to the walls. Like, you have the outer layer with a community in there, and then you have an inner layer, and another layer, and another layer. Again, I've only watched the first two episodes, so I don't really know how far it goes. I'm not even familiar with the characters' names yet, so I won't be mentioning characters' names yet. But the main kid wants to be one of these fighters to fight these titans, right? So then I think it was by the end of the first episode. Long story short, the titans break in and all hell breaks loose. Like, they start literally eating people. The main kid, the main character, they literally one of the titans literally picks up his mother and bites off her head. And I'm just watching. I was watching it in bed. It was probably like midnight, and I'm literally just like, are you kidding me? Like, it's just, again, because I knew, but I just didn't expect it to be as dark as it was. But the concept is really cool. So basically, they're trying to get away. They're trying to go farther in, I guess, to their society, their system. And like by this point, by the second episode, like you see a little like group of friends forming. Like he already had a friend, and they're kind of meeting new people. And again, it's only 2 episodes in, so like I don't know where it's gonna go from there. I don't even know if like that character is gonna die in the third episode, or if like these are the final main characters. I could just want to assume that the main kid, who like his dad is a scientist and like figured out the cure for something, is gonna survive because main character. But I really enjoyed it. I'm very excited to watch episodes 2 and 3. How many of you guys watch? I'm gonna look in the chat real quick. See, did you guys watch episodes 1 and 2, or have you watched the first 2 seasons? I'm curious to see how many of you guys have watched it. Let's see. I'm gonna look in here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, a bunch of people are saying it's really good. No, it is good. Someone keeps saying Hellboy though. I'm not sure why. I'll get to that later though. Anyway, again, I really enjoyed it so far. I'm very excited to keep going on with this series and see how it progresses, because again, the concept is awesome. I've been told, now this is going to be spoilers, I guess, for some people who haven't seen it. Spoiler for me because I haven't seen it, but I've been told like I'm not even like introduced to like the main uh titans yet. Like, apparently I think there's like female titans, or a female giant, whatever you want to call them, that like that's like the main one. And and I've seen it through like cosplay and stuff like that, which is how I know, and I've heard people talk about it. So I'm excited. I've seen action figures and stuff too, so I'm excited. I've really enjoyed it. But with that said, we're gonna watch the next 2 episodes, which is episode 3 and 4 this week. So I guess today's what, Wednesday. So we have like 5 days till Monday, because hopefully next week we'll be back on schedule every Monday again. Life happened this past 2 weeks, and it has messed some stuff up, but hopefully we'll be back on track. So episodes 2 and 3 is your homework, so to speak. Or sorry, 2 and 4 is your homework. 2 and 4, 3 and 4. Gosh, I just can't count. 3 and 4 is your homework to watch next week, and we can discuss it here on Variant Live. But with that said, 2 weeks is a long time, or a week and a half. There's been lots of stuff to happen. I've been calling it the trailer apocalypse. So I'm gonna briefly. Today's basically gonna be like a trailer, my thoughts on trailers that hit the interwebs over the last week and a half. Because once the Super Bowl happened, they're just like trailer, trailer, trailer. I think so. We got the Deadpool trailer, we got the Venom trailer, we got the Infinity War spot, we got the Ant Man and Wasp spot, we got the Solo trailer, and then there's the Jessica Jones season 2 trailer. A lot, I know. So let's start from the top. Okay, so I'm gonna start with, I guess, one of the more recent ones. Deadpool. Deadpool 2. That trailer was so funny. I literally teared. There's the whole part in the beginning with the green screen, and he's making fun of Superman's mustache in the Justice League movie. I literally rewound it and was tearing because Ryan Reynolds' delivery. It's a very rated R trailer, so like, there's cursing. It's rated R. Deadpool's just this movie is rated R. So like, if you're young, now watch it. Get your parents' permission before you watch it and whatnot. Even the trailer, 'cause the trailer doesn't hold back. With that said, it's hilarious. The things that he says and the way that he says it, so freaking funny. Ryan Reynolds was like born to play Deadpool. It's one of those things. Ryan Reynolds for me is now kind of like he's joined the club of like Hugh Jackman and Robert Downey Jr., where like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like obviously they're gonna recast eventually, but it's like it will be so hard to not to like have someone else take on those roles. It'll just be ridiculous. So again, he was born to play this role because you know what it is with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool with this guy back here. It's that it's like it's his real personality. He's just allowed to let it out and go extreme with it. Like he's allowed to like everything, like normal people you can't say in real life because it would be politically incorrect slash rude. With while playing Deadpool, that's not the case. He just let it go. He can just say whatever the heck he wants, and it is absolutely amazing. So again, the Deadpool 2 trailer was awesome. Cable looks great. It was really funny watching it too, because again, with the whole arm thing, I was like, where are they going with this? I'm like, all right, it's Deadpool. You could stop, break the fourth wall, make fun of other movies, be like, yeah, VFX, it's not done yet. Well, how can we fix this? It's not like we're trying to fix a mustache. That's the best part. And then they go into the whole Toy Story bit. Oh man, like I don't know if you guys know something on the bottom of Cable's toy foot from his action figure that Deadpool's playing with. It says Wade because Toy Story, where it says Andy. Oh my god, so awesome. The action looks good. I mean, I don't know. It just looks amazing. Everyone looks good in this movie. It looks like they're just trying to take first movie and amp it up, which makes me a little bit worried, only because it could suffer from that thing where it's like they're just trying to top the first one. I just make a good movie, but again, the trailer it looks hilarious. Ryan Reynolds is so freaking funny. Is just so funny. So I'm very excited for Deadpool 2. Trailer was great. Cable looks awesome. Josh Brolin looks amazing. How crazy this motherfreaker is Cable this year. He is Cable and he is Thanos. He is two characters in Marvel right now. Given Deadpool's not within the MCU, although it might be in the future because Disney bought Fox. So I mean, maybe in the future, but right now it's not. It is not. So with that said, though, this guy is playing He's playing Cable and Thanos. Dude, that's like is that the jackpot or what? That's just like the most lucky thing in the world. Anyway, Deadpool 2 trailer looks fantastic. I don't know what more I can say about it. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is funny. The action looks great. Uh, Domino looks cool. Cabo, Cable looks awesome. Just everything looks great. And obviously, I'll be giving a review of the movie when it comes out. And yes, I know all you're gonna ask. You're gonna ask. There will be a history of Cable. I'm gonna do a history of Domino and all that fun stuff. Maybe some X Force stuff, depending. I'm not promising the X Force stuff, maybe, but you will get a history of Domino. We'll get a history of Cable closer to the movie. So that's gonna be cool. But last show let's talk about. So moving on, Venom. Okay, Venom is weird for me. Okay, so because it looked cool, but nothing happened in the trailer or teaser. Like it's like I want to see it, but nothing happened. Do you know you know what I mean? Like we just see Tom Hardy narrating, which he sounds awesome because Tom Hardy's awesome, but nothing happened. Like you see a little bit of like the Venom symbiote in there, like in the van, and like you see him getting infected a little bit towards the end, like going up his neck and stuff like that. But besides that, I mean, yeah, I mean, I want to see it. But I mean, Sony, I don't have that much faith in them without the help of Marvel Studios. Hopefully, it's good. I mean, Michelle Williams is in it. She's an amazing actor, and Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy. I know his Bane performance was hit or miss for people. I liked it. The voice grew on me. I hated the voice at first. I still don't love it, but it's become iconic in the sense just because it's so distinct that it's like everyone just quotes it. You're just like, "Oh, darkness is your ally." Like just like, yeah, you're an old man. It's just fun to quote. Like I go on monologues like that stuff. It's I don't know. It's just a fun character to play. So whether you like it or not, kind of like an iconic role. But looking forward to it. I just want a trailer where I see Venom. I'm very curious to see because, as you guys know, the last time Spider-Man 3, Topher Grace, not so much, and they went practical with him. Which character like Venom, it's a symbiote. I mean, I love practical, so I think it should be a mix of practical and VFX. I think the blend of the two, the synergy would make it work the best. But I would imagine for this, much like the Hulk and all those huge like Thanos and stuff like that, they were gonna do full CGI for him, which is probably for the best. I mean, heck, freaking even Spider-Man suit is mostly CGI in the MCU now. Like, I know he wears a real costume, but they go over it and do CGI stuff like most of the time with him and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for it. I just want to see Venom. I mean, I mean, that's the thing with trailers though. It's like, do you ever really watch a trailer and like, no, this movie sucks? Given some trailers suck. But the whole point of a trailer is they pull the best parts out of the movie and show it to you. So it's like very rare when you look at a trailer and you're like, this trailer sucks. So I mean, again, looks cool. Not really much to say. We don't see Venom. I just want to see Venom. And hopefully we have a Carnage tease at the end of the movie. Hopefully, I hear rumors that Tom Holland is in this movie, but I don't think it's connected to the MCU. I would love to see a Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock Venom with a Tom Holland Spider Man. That'd be my dream. But I feel like Spider Man Homecoming and Spider Man MCU verse is going to go more the Sinister Six route with like classic Sinister Six with like Doc Ock, Sandman, and all that fun stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, looks good, I guess. They just didn't show much. I want a real trailer. I want to see Venom. That's my. I hit the mic. Sorry. I just want to see the real thing, and not just Tom Hardy narrating in a hospital bed. But yeah. All right. Infinity War. Next one up. Infinity War trailer. 30-second spot. It looks. It looks. It's Infinity War. This is the culmination of a decade, people. A decade in the making. This is like they say it, like Marvel says it, but it's true. Like this is a feat in itself. Like how many people, because of the MCU, have wanted to do their own cinematic universes? Like not even just like DC, like just other movie franchises are trying to. They're like, we need a universe. We need a universe. We just need to have our own like franchise universe and have all this intertwined with that and this intertwined with that. Like it's just crazy. Like M Night Shyamalan with the whole what's the name of it? Split. Don't want to really spoil it, but in a nutshell, that's well, I guess spoiler alert, that's tied to Unbreakable. So like even him, he's like, how can I have my universe or my own superhero universe? Got it. I'm gonna tie this movie to Unbreakable. Like everyone's doing. Universal's doing it with monsters. It's just crazy. And Marvel didn't really start it per se. I guess I would give that to like the Universal Monsters franchise way back in the day. But in the modern era, the last few decades, like Marvel really is what pushing it now. Like where every studio wants their own franchise. So again, been following these characters for 10 years, and Infinity War is the culmination of that to see like what's gonna happen. Like someone's gonna die. Some multiple characters by the end of Avengers 4. I'm calling it. At least 2 to 3 characters are dead. I'm saying Tony Stark gone. That's my theory. He's gone. Possibly Captain America, maybe Thor. Characters like Black Panther, Spider Man, Ant Man, Doctor Strange. They're newer into the Marvel universe. They haven't been doing it since 2008. But the characters like Captain America, Thor, um, Iron Man, they have. So those are to me are the characters most likely to die. Also, I think it's safe to say Vision gone. He's one of the newer ones being introduced in Avengers: Age of Ultron, but I still think he's out because of the stone in his head. You see it in the trailer, alludes to it, unless they're trying to throw us for a loop. But as far as the trailer goes, I mean, guys, it looks pretty cool. I love how you see Tom Holland or Spider Man next to Doctor Strange and Iron Man. He's kind of looking like a little overwhelmed. He's like, "What's going on, guys?" Like whatever they're looking at, whether it's Thanos' destruction in the distance. You see Iron Man with a new armor yet again. Obviously, he's got a new armor, but this one looks like it could be extremis armor, where it's kind of like the nanotech or whatever is like building onto him over his skin. It could be that. Um, I think it could also, I believe, Bleeding Edge armor too also does that as well. If memory serves me correct, I think the Bleeding Edge armor also kind of like comes on with like nanotech and all that stuff. So it could be like a mixture of all those different armors that he has that does that. But it's about time. I mean, we're farther. We've been following his character for 10 years in the MCU, so it's about time they gave that to him. So I am very excited for that. Trailer looks good. The clip of Thanos at the end, Josh Brolin looks great. I mean, I'm this is my most anticipated movie of the year. I mean, again, as a comic book fan, even as a movie fan, all of us have been following this for 10 years, and we're gonna see. It's been said that I think Scarlett Johansson said there's 70 plus characters in this freaking movie. Yes, give it to me. I want it. I want to watch it. You will not hear me say anything bad about any trailer. I'm serious when I say I think this is gonna if the trailers hold true and the Marvel's track record stays on point like it has, this is probably going to be my favorite comic book movie of all time. I'm calling it. Obviously, I don't know if that's the fact if it is yet, but it very well could be from again. It's just the culmination of 10 years with all these characters that we love. It's insane. Very excited for it. Again, the Super Bowl spot for Infinity War looks fantastic. Moving on to the MCU yet again. Ant-Man and Wasp. Looks funny. Looks really great. The end of the trailer when Wasp makes that big what is it, Pez dispenser really huge and knock the guy off, I believe, the motorcycle. Hilarious. Really cool. I love how Hank Pym shrinks down the building. Although it looks like it's more of the first. But it looks like it's even going to be better than the first. I like the first one. It was basically a superhero heist movie. Really cool, very different. I like how the Marvel movies are doing something different with all the characters. I think that's what kind of keeps it fresh. You know, going forward, even though it's kind of the same, but not. It still puts a little spin on it. I'm hoping Black Panther. It looks like it's going to do another spin on it too. I'm very excited for that. I'll be seeing that tomorrow night, I believe. And yes, I will be giving you my thoughts this weekend and then talking about it on next week's Variant Live as well. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, Ant Man and Wasp looks great. um, Paul Rudd as Ant Man looks hilarious. I mean, again, I don't know what to say. These like trailers are never really bad. It's hard to find a bad trailer. So it's funny when people are like, "Give your thoughts on a trailer. Give your thoughts on a trailer." I mean, it looks good. I mean, it's great, especially in the MCU. I mean, Thor movies arguably are the ones that people don't really like. I know everyone likes Thor Ragnarok with the first two, but across the board, I think Marvel really hasn't made a bad movie. I guess it would be the consensus. I don't really think so. I mean, they've made like movies, but I don't think they've made a bad movie, and I think people would agree with that. So looks good. I like the first Ant Man. You throw Wasp in the picture, you get some cool bad guys in there, or a cool bad guy in there. Plus, the guy who's playing, I forget the guy who's playing the villain in I think he's playing Ghost is the character name, but I forget the actor. The actor who's playing the villain in Ant Man and Wasp. I know he's amazing and I love him, so I'm very excited to see his performance in that. But move on yet again, guys, because there's more trailers to talk about. Jessica Jones. We're gonna stay with Marvel before we talk about Solo. I know everyone probably wants to hear my thoughts on Solo. Uh, Jessica Jones season 2 trailer looks cool, although I will say it doesn't look as good as the first season. I know I just kind of said all trailers look cool. I said most trailers look cool. This one, just the vibe of it doesn't seem like it's going to be as compelling as the first season, because the first season Purple Man was freaking awesome. Like, to me, he made that season. Like, if you take Purple Man out of the first season of Jessica Jones, it wouldn't be nearly as good. Like, his character and his power was just so compelling, and how it was tied to Jessica Jones. Loved it. This trailer, I gotta be honest, I'm not really that excited for it. I mean, yeah, but again, the Netflix, as of recently, the Netflix Marvel shows haven't really been blowing my mind. I've been kind of like, eh. I haven't even finished The Defenders. I know, because it's just like, I'll be honest, it's just hasn't tickled my fancy. There's just so much good stuff and other shows to watch, even besides comic book shows. Like Stranger Things is fantastic, Peaky Blinders is fantastic. Just there's so many other good shows to watch that if you don't catch me within the first 2 episodes or so, I'm out until I run out of shows to watch, and then I'll come back in. So I hope it's good. As I hope everything's good. But to me, it doesn't look like it's gonna be the best. But with that out of the way, Solo. Now, okay, guys. Okay. First and foremost, this is the first thing I want to get off my chest. Solo. So I don't even think we should have be getting a Solo movie. Like, I feel like there's so many other Star Wars characters that deserve a prequel or a spin-off movie before Solo. Well, not necessarily deserve, because Solo's an iconic character. That's not the wrong word. There would have been a better spin-off movie, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's like, he's an awesome character. He lasted all those movies. He died in Force Awakens. Leave it at that. No one's ever gonna top Harrison Ford's performance, right? I mean, how much would you have rathered a Darth Maul movie, like a prequel to his character, a spin-off? How awesome! Ray Park, I don't think he's doing much recently. I know he played Snake Eyes and stuff like that after, but I don't think he's doing all that much lately. And I know he's a little older, but under the makeup and stuff, and I know he still does cons. I've seen him at Comic Cons. He still does the flippies and stuff. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to reprise his role as Darth Maul, and get a prequel. That would be freaking amazing. Or even Boba Fett. I know everyone wants a Boba Fett prequel movie, a Yoda movie, CGI. The guy's still doing his voice. You could do that. Um, Obi-Wan movie. Actually, I think we are getting an Obi-Wan movie. That was just announced like a day or two ago. But my point is, there's so many other characters that I think would have made like a better like movie. So I don't know. As far as the trailer goes, though, it visually looks amazing. Looks fantastic. That cool train thing looks awesome. Millennium Falcon looks cool. The tentacle monster looks cool. But I'm just not feeling the guy who's playing Han Solo. That's my honest thoughts. I'm just not really feeling the guy who plays Han Solo. He doesn't look like him at all. I get it. It's not Harrison Ford, but since he's playing Harrison Ford's character, you would think you would get someone that looks more like him. But I think even more so than him not looking like him is his voice. Like, Han Solo is like, that sarcastic, wise, cracking, like macho man who has like that cool, like rugged, almost I guess like cowboy voice. It's like a space cowboy, right? This guy, I forget his name, who's playing the current Solo. Sorry, does not have that voice. And I'm not saying he's gonna do bad. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't say it's gonna be horrible. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that he's gonna be bad. But I'm just saying that I'm not excited from the trailer I saw about his performance. Is what I'm saying. I'm also saying that as much as I love Han Solo, I would have rathered a Darth Maul, Boba Fett, or Yoda movie because I feel like you could have just let Han be at the end of Force Awakens. So that's my thoughts. I mean, again, the trailer looks visually awesome. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna review it. Um, but I'm not like, yes, this is gonna be awesome. It's just kind of eh. Again, I don't write anyone off until I see the movie, so this is just me venting on the trailer. So it could be awesome. I hope it's awesome. I hope I'm 110% wrong. Why would I want a bad movie? Why would anyone want like bad movies of characters or franchises they love? I hope it's good. I'm just I'm just like, keeping my hopes down. All right? I'm not gonna be like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. No, I'm gonna bring it down here. But I said it. Darth Maul movie. That's what I want. 2020, Darth Maul movie. Make it happen, Disney. That's what I want. Okay, but moving out of trailers and stuff for a little bit into actual comic books, there is some cool comic book news that came out. Not a bunch. I mean, a lot of stuff I guess came out, but not like huge news. Anyway, I'm rambling for no reason. This came out. This right here. Boom. Flash Annual. This is awesome. Written by Josh Williamson. I think you guys know. I've talked about him all the time, or I've talked about this title all the time on the show. This run is fantastic. And this prelude, this is actually, show it to you again. This is the prelude to Flash War. This is where we're going to find out who the fastest Flash is, says Josh Williamson. He announced that at New York Comic Con, I believe. So this is the start of it. But anyway, this issue is basically all about I'm just gonna hold it here. I'm gonna hold it here so you guys can see. This issue is basically all about Wally West. So as you guys know, he came back. He was reintroduced in DC Rebirth. He came back, but Iris West doesn't know he's back. So this whole time, this whole like what is it, year, 2 years, she hasn't known that Wally is back because like she doesn't remember him because of the whole. If you've been reading, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, people he loved and was friends with, and even dating and stuff like that, don't remember him because of like the time lost and all that stuff. In this issue, uh, it explores him, wanting or going to tell Iris West that hey, I'm back. And Barry and the new Wally West is like, yeah, you should, and all that stuff. And it's a really great issue. It's a heartwarming issue. It dives in again to Wally West's more personal life and the decision he wants to make as far as his personal relationships go, and not so much his superhero stuff. But the twist is at the end. This is a spoiler. It's a big spoiler. It's on the last page or two, last page of the issue. We see guess who's again. If you don't want to know this for the Flash Flash War Prelude issue, turn the volume down now. The end of this issue, we see that Zoom is back. Zoom. Now, not like Professor Zoom, like Zoom, like the other Reverse Flash guy, the guy who's like, wheelchair, I can say wheelchair bound or was wheelchair bound or whatever. Like Zoom. Zoom is back, and that's awesome because now we got two guys in yellow running around, unless they change his costume in here. So that's a huge reveal. I'm very excited to see because that's leading into Flash War. So clearly he's going to be a massive part of Flash War. I would like to see him with Eobard Thawne maybe kind of clash together. Anything could happen in comic books, so that would be awesome. That's a pretty big reveal. So you heard it here. If you haven't read it, Zoom is back in the DC universe. Thank you, DC Rebirth, and thank you, Josh Williamson. I'm excited for it. Flash War is going to be really good. I'm very excited to see who's the fastest Flash. Even though I kind of know, I think I've told you guys before, but I'm not going to say it here. You can watch Who's the Fastest Flash video. You search for that on our channel. It's there, and I may have talked to people behind the scenes who are in the know. So that's all I'm going to say. But moving on, Superman. Superman's origin. As you guys know, I've talked about several times on the show because it's big news. Action Comics 1000 is right around the corner, and Bendis is taking over. The big Marvel guy, Bendis, is now at DC. He's taking over Superman. Uh, you guys know, I've said that before. The big current news came out a week ago, though, is that apparently, though, he's going to be changing Superman's origin a bit, which is getting a lot of fans a little bit irate, and I'm kind of like, too. Now, I say change, I'm using that term loosely. Like, from what I read, he's basically going to be introducing a new character that's into his origin. Now, I don't know if that's gonna change it, or I mean, it's gonna change it somehow. I don't know how drastic it's gonna change it. It could be minute. I don't know if the character is gonna be responsible for a certain thing with his parents or Krypton. So it could be a massive change. It could be a not massive change. I hope it's not, because DC Crimson Knight is asking, "Are the spoilers over yet?" Yes, the spoilers are over. Because DC literally several months ago just reset everything for the Superman universe back. Everything. They just reset everything. Literally, it was like a two-page spread, and I believe an Action Comics issue with Mister Mixia Spitlick, where they like reset everything and they even show like everything's going back. So why would you change that? Literally, like what, 4 or 6 months later? That would make no sense to me. I hope not. Um, so that would be a little annoying for for me, and I'm sure a lot of other comic book fans out there. But again, I'm not going to judge anything until I read it. So I just hope it doesn't change anything drastic, because we literally just got the Superman of old back, and I love old Superman. I mean, classic Superman right here. Boom. I mean, this is it's not, he's in his classic suit, but underwear wearing Superman. He's even going to be back in his underwear tights. So, I mean, why don't mess with it. Please keep it. Please keep it the way it is. You just reset it. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much to that though. I guess we're gonna find out in a little bit though, because Action Comics 997 came out today. So we're only 3 issues away. Action Comics 1000. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed with that. Another big thing, the last big thing of comic book news that came out is Batman's wedding. We all know it's happening, but it was revealed that Joker is going to be crashing Batman and Catwoman's wedding. I mean, it's so obvious, yet I didn't think about it. Like, it's such an obvious thing to do. Of course, Joker would crash his wedding, but I didn't think about it, and that's awesome. So I'm very curious to see what that's going to be like. Tom King has been doing a great job on his Batman run thus far. The War of Joke and Riddles has was fantastic. If you haven't read that, you need to read the War of Joke and Riddles. Like, 'cause the whole Catwoman thing he's doing is really fun and really cool too. But the War of Joke and Riddles, and then with the Kite Man stuff in there, and then the Joker stuff in there, it's basically, you know what that story is. The War of Joke and Riddles. It's basically like a slingshot. The whole time they're pulling it back, they're pulling it, 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 and then at the end, they let it go. And it's a specific thing with the Joker, and when it happens, you're just like, yes. So if you haven't read the War of Joke and Riddles by Tom King and the Batman run, do yourself a favor, read it. But again, Joker is crashing Batman and Catwoman's wedding, and I can't wait to read that. Again, not much is said about it. They just kind of, solicitations came out and pictures, and a little bit, like a little brief article came out where it's just said exactly that. So I'm excited for that. That's coming down the pipeline. But with that said, that's it for news today. I think I caught up on all the trailers and fun stuff that's happened in the last week and a half. I think I did. So I'm gonna do Q&A, little some questions here. So ask away in the chat, guys, because I'm going to start answering questions. So let's see. Abed said Venom trailer, please. I already talked about it. So if you came in late, you just got to rewind a little bit, and you will find it. You will find it because I talked about it, and it was awesome. Golden Face says, "I love you, Arris. I wish you were my brother." Oh, that's very kind. That is very kind, sir. It's not a question, but figured I'd read it. Thank you very much. Let's see. What do you have here? Alex Johns asks, "Are you excited for Aquaman?" I'm assuming you mean the movie. Of course I am. Bit of news came out with that actually. It's rumored that he's going to be wearing his classic Aquaman suit in the movie. So that is awesome. I really want the orange and green. You can make that really cool with like the metal mesh and all that stuff, like that armor plating. I'm all about it. Very excited for it. And it's the only DC movie I believe we're getting this year. Live action DC movie we're getting this year. So I'm excited. So let's see what else we got here. Daniel Hissis says, I hope that's how you pronounce your last name, or Hisi. Sorry if I pronounce your last name. Do a history on Doom Patrol. I was thinking about it. I know they're doing that whole stuff right now, the really weird stuff with like the Milkman and all that crazy stuff in DC right now. Probably. Although I know we're still doing some Black Panther stuff, and then I think right after that's Deadpool's release. So I think there's a few weeks there, because we kind of plan stuff around the movies, because obviously when Deadpool comes out, everyone's gonna want to know about Cable. When like Infinity War, everyone's gonna want to know about Thanos. So we kind of plan stuff around that. But I think there's a few weeks in there where there might be some room for that. So hopefully, uh, we will do that. Let's see. Santiago asks, Eris. Wait, hold on. Let's see. No, Bite My Biscuits asks, what color is your toothbrush? It is green, actually. I just got a new toothbrush last week. It is green, and I believe it is Colgate. So there you go. Nova the Symbiote says, "I love your TMNT toys." Yeah, these things are awesome. They're from NECA. They're 1/4 scale, and they are amazing. I love those Jim Henson turtle movies when I was a kid. So having them now, literally like 5 feet away from me every day, is awesome. And I put them in new poses every now and then. So when you watch these videos, you might see them in a different pose. Watch out for that. Like maybe one day I'll even put like a secret note in one of their hands or stuff, and that could be funny. It could be like a little Easter egg thing. But yeah, uh, they are awesome. Let's see, what else do we got here? Bum, 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 bum. Powerhouse says Batman Ninja. Yes, I'm very excited for it. Batman anime. Um, I saw a poster for it today. I saw the trailer a month or so ago. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna review it. Anything Batman, I will try because why the heck not? And I love Batman. I'm a big Batman fan. Martinez asks, "Who's your favorite Marvel character?" Spider-Man. I've said that several times. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite characters in general. Lindsay Mentor asks, "Do you like Black Lightning?" Yes, I really like Black Lightning a lot. I'm 2 episodes behind, just because again my wife got sick, and then just this past 2 weeks have been crazy, so I've been behind. So especially having an 8-month-old daughter. So, but I love it. It's really cool. It's I think one of the better CW shows thus far. William Vaughn asks, "Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?" My favorite Ninja Turtle is Leonardo, and this is the reasoning why. When I was a kid, favorite color was blue, and I love swords. So obviously, Leonardo, he wears a blue mask, and he has swords. So he was my favorite, and then he was the leader on top of that. So it's like, yeah. My second though would be Mikey. So let's rank them. You got Leonardo's my first, Mikey's my second, then Raph, then Donatello. Those are my favorite turtles in order. Jackie Grinnell says, "History of Hellboy." So many people have been asking for a history of Hellboy. It's insane. I think I've talked about it last week. A history of Hellboy is coming. It is coming, but again, it's going to be around the release of the movie, because what's going to happen if I do it now, I know a lot of you guys will be like, "Yes, awesome." But then once the movie comes out, the month of the movie, people are going to be like, "Do history of Hellboy, do a history of Hellboy." And I'm like, I did it like a year ago though, and no one's going to know that. So it just makes more sense to do it around the movie, just how things work nowadays, especially like on YouTube and stuff. It just makes more sense to do it around the movie. So, history of Hellboy, I hear ya, I see ya, but it's gonna be around the release of the new movie. All right, let's see. Let's duh. Dennis Clearly, Quicksilver obtained Speed Force. I don't know what that means. It seems like it's a question. Um, I don't know. I mean, no, Speed Force is a DC thing. I'm not sure what that comment means or question. Demon Slayer, who's your favorite DC character? Batman, all day long, all day or a day. I think most people who've been watching the show for a while know that. That's Batman's not only my favorite DC character, he's my favorite fictional character. So there's that. All right, I'm gonna take 2 more questions, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, people. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's moving too fast. Oliver Beatty says, "Are some DC characters too OP?" I mean, definitely there's a bunch of characters that are overpowered, but I think that's whole DC's stick. Like that's the thing that people like I think don't really get a lot of the time. Like Marvel is more like they're grounded, right? It's more like an accident happened to this guy, now I have powers. Where DC is more like they're gods, right? So you have to look at it that way. Like it's not so much you're supposed to relate to how powerful these characters are, or as much it is you're supposed to want to aspire to be like these characters. Like they're the peak of like what anyone could ever achieve, and way beyond that. So I think that's what the difference is. So are they too overpowered? I mean, I guess, but not, because I mean it's fun to have people with like laser vision, could fly, could teleport through walls. I mean, it's just fun. I know that's not some people's thing, but then you have Marvel, you have other characters that for that. Everyone has their own taste. So I mean, I guess some powers. People would say Superman's overpowered. People would say Martian Manhunter's overpowered, but I think that stuff is fun. So that's that's my 2 cents. All right. Let's see. Last question. Damian Khan Scott. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Says, "Who's your favorite Power Ranger or favorite Power Ranger?" My favorite Power Ranger. I feel like it's kind of obvious, but I'm gonna give you reasoning for it. It is Tommy Oliver, Jason David Frank, Green Ranger. Here's my reasoning. One, his shield. That's the first one. Is that gold shield he wore or wears so freaking cool. When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my god, he's the only Power Ranger with a shield. That thing is awesome." Then his Dragon Dagger, and then his Megazord was a freaking dragon that he would ride on top of while playing his like dragon dagger flute. Awesome. So Tommy Oliver all the way. Second is the White Ranger because I'm just a Tommy Oliver fan. So, but the Green Ranger, then the White Ranger, all day long, every day. But with that said, guys, I want to wrap this up. I do want to let you guys know that we're gonna have Batman versus Black Panther episode going up either late tomorrow, early Friday. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that, so and I know some other channels have been doing it, but I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents on the topic because why the heck not? So that's gonna go up by the end of pretty soon. But also remember to watch episodes 3 and 4 of Attack on Titan. Link is in the description below to watch it on Verve. Again, you'll get a free 30-day ad-free trial to watch all the anime you want. And I'm not just saying that because whatever, because they sponsor the show and stuff. It's actually really cool. Again, I've had Crunchyroll before. I just upgraded to Verve because they like kind of ate Crunchyroll in a sense because now it's like all one. It has everything. So yeah, you can check that out in the link in the description, and then we can talk about it next week here on Variant Live. Hopefully back at its normal time on Monday. With that said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.